We all deal with unexpected events. Our homes might flood or we fall suddenly ill. In rich countries, people are better able to cope because they tend to have government support, basic services and insurance. Millions of poor people aren't so lucky when faced by drought, floods, soaring food prices and conflict. Poverty, unequal power and the increasing risk of disasters are pushing millions of people over the edge. Take poverty. It's no accident that when disaster strikes, poor people are most at risk. In 2010, a catastrophic earthquake hit Haiti's capital, killing around 200,000 people. 6 weeks later, a much greater earthquake hit Chile, but the death toll was less than 1% of Haiti's. There are many reasons why, but Haiti's extreme poverty was one key factor. Rural poverty had brought people to an already packed capital. Decades of neglect had led to weak building codes, so that Haiti's buildings had become death traps for its people. And take power. It's no accident that global inequalities of wealth and power leave poor people more vulnerable. Some 15 years before the earthquake, Haiti caved into international pressure and opened its markets to rice imports. Rice flooded in, mainly from the United States, whose farmers received generous government subsidies. Haiti's farmers struggled to compete, and the country was left at the mercy of volatile international rice prices. In 2008, price hikes led to food riots and the collapse of the Haitian government. Finally, take risk. It's no accident that the world is becoming more dangerous. Poor people are bearing the brunt of climate change even though they did the least to cause it. More people are living in riskier places, and conflict is concentrated in poor countries. And of course, Haiti is by no means the only example. In the Sahel region of West Africa, food crises used to happen once in a decade. But in the last 10 years, there have been 3 food crises, leaving people little time to recover before the next one hits. Millions still face hunger in the Sahel today. This situation is not inevitable. We need a radical new approach to dealing with risk by building resilience, to give poor people a fairer deal and to help them not only cope but thrive in the face of shocks and stresses. Building resilience is not just about technical fixes, but about tackling the inequality that is hardwired into crises. For rich countries, this means actions to reduce risk, like climate change. For countries everywhere, this means reducing the inequality and giving poor people a voice in decisions that affect their lives. And for the aid sector, it means changing the way we work so that we can better support people facing crises. To find out more, please download Oxfam's new report, No Accident.